Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here. And if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, please subscribe, join this amazing community, and if you like this content, please click the bell icon so you'll be if you're new, subscribe, join this amazing community, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Now today I'm going to talk about the importance of asking why on your spiritual path. Now, it could be, this could be you're a practicing witch, rather you're new to the craft, you're more advanced. It's still important to ask yourself that question of why. And even if you're on a spiritual path, it's important to ask yourself why. Because when you're on this journey, rather you're new to witchcraft or you're new to spirituality, there's going to be a lot of people, right? A lot of people, some really good people to listen to and learn from. But there's also going to be a lot of people what are edgelords or very edgy and are not very good to listen to. But they might tell you, for example, and they might say cinnamon is good for attracting wealth and money. But you've got to ask yourself, right, for some people they believe what cinnamon's good for money, wealth and attracting that, but why do they believe that? And if they can't really give a good reason or a good why, then if they're just saying it's good for that and they don't explain the why, they don't explain where's the why for them, then I'd be wary of that, because you always need. And sometimes people might give their why they find mint good for money or protection, why they find a certain crystal good for protection or money, and they might explain their why. But you've got to find out what the why is for you. Why do you think sage is good for protection or cleansing? Why do you think cinnamon's good for bringing money? So it's always important to ask the why. It's the same with the white sage, like some people say you shouldn't use white sage. Why are they saying that? Where does that come from? Some people say it's okay to use white sage, but you've got to say, right, why are they saying that? Where's their why in that? And then you've got to say, why do you think it's okay for you to use it or not use it? And the reason why a lot of people say don't use white sage is because white sage is native to America. It's native to America. It is quite an endangered plant, and it is like a closed practice because only Native Americans used white sage because it connects to their culture, their ancestors. So you'd only really use it if you're part of that culture. But that's really the why. That's why a lot of people say you shouldn't use white sage. But some people say they feel it's okay for them to use white sage because intuitively they feel in their heart, their gut, it's okay for them to do that. And again, when it comes to spirituality, for the most part, there's no right or wrong. It's as long as what you're doing does not harm anyone. That's the most important thing. But it's so important to ask yourself why. And this also comes into what's your beliefs and values. As a magical practitioner, what is your beliefs and values? What do you believe is right and wrong as a magical practitioner or as a spiritual person? What do you believe is right and wrong to do spiritually? What practices do you believe are right and wrong for you as an individual to do? And also, it's all about, yes, it's about listening to your intuition. It's about finding out what your beliefs and values are. But it's never stop asking that question, why? It's so important to ask yourself, right, where's the why for that person? Why do they think that's a good idea? But most importantly, where's the why for you? Like, people might say black salt's good for protection, right? They might explain the reasons why black salt's good for protection. But you as an individual, why do you think black salt's good for protection? So it's always important to ask yourself that question, why? Why as an individual do you think, rather you're new to witchcraft, you've been practicing for a while, or you're on a spiritual path, never stop asking that question. Ask it of other practitioners, other people, and they'll explain why, or they should explain the why, and they shouldn't be offended with that, because people, it's always important to explain your why. And then I think the most important thing is to find out the why for yourself, to ask yourself, why do I want to use, let's say, mint in my practice? Why do I want to use sage in my practice? Or why do I want to use herbs in my practice, or crystals? Why do I want to use them? And regardless of and what practices are you interested in, why are you interested in them, and why do you want to do them? Always ask yourself that question, why. Never stop. And it's the same when we want to look at our dreams and goals. Like maybe your dream's to go to Paris. Why do you want to go to Paris? Or why do you want to go to London? Why do you want to go to Ibiza? Always ask yourself why. And I think rather you're honest, in life, we should always ask yourself that question, why, because that motivates you. It gives you a reason, and it's going to be very beneficial in your practice, because if you understand, like, for me, oregano, I use that in my practice for happiness and joy, because to me, whenever we get the sun in the UK, the sun symbolises happiness and joy. And to me, oregano, it connects to the planet, the sun. It connects to the element fire. And to me, why is that so for me? Because I've meditated with it, I've connected with its energy. And for me, that is the energy. And I think it's so important to find out the why for you in your practice. So that's why it's good to read up on, let's say, amethyst. I've got that here with me right now, amethyst. It's good to read up and listen to other people. I've spoke about amethyst on the channel, what it's good for. On YouTube, there'll be lots of people will explain what amethyst is good for and why. But I think it's so important to meditate with amethyst, connect with amethyst's energy, or connect with plants' energies, and find out necessarily why is that true for you as well. So important to ask yourself this question and always find out the why, rather it's in witchcraft, rather it's in spirituality, rather it's in life. Never be afraid to ask why, and always find out the why. Why is that true for you? I hope this helps. I think it's so important to always ask yourself that question, why, and find the why for yourself as well. However, until next time, sharing spiritual wisdom with you, guidance, knowledge, to help you in your spiritual path, your journey. If you're new to witchcraft, to help you in your witchcraft journey as well, or whatever sort of spiritual journey you're on. Until next time, may meet, may part again. Blessed be safe, stay wise, stay spiritual. Blessed be.